In the last video, we had seen about the modules in Python, wherein if you want to use any functions that are there in those modules, you may have to make use of the import statement. And we learned two different kind of import statements in that. Now here, today we will be seeing how the built-in functions are used. These built-in functions are actually present in the standard Python library, and you need not import them here in your program. That means you need not write the import statement in your program to get those functions. Such functions are called built-in functions. We shall see a few built-in functions and how they are being used in the program, and if we make use of such built-in functions, what kind of output we will get, we shall see in detail. We shall start with the len function. Now this len function, it returns the length of sequence. That means here you have written print len of computer. So it will take the length of this word computer and will give you the output. Similarly, if we are using any other word, for example, we make use of another one word, Python, and then we are executing the program once again, you will get the output as 6. So Python, total number of characters is 6. So the len function, it gives you the length of the word or length of the string that is given within the brackets. The second function that we will see is your POW function. We shall see what is this POW function. POW refers to power. That means if you want to find the value of 2 raised to 3, that means 2 raised to 3 means 2 into 2 into 2. So if you want to find the power of 2 raised to 3, then you need to specify the function as POW and then within brackets 2, 3. That means 2 raised to 3. And then you close it and execute the program and see, you will get the output as 8. So POW function, it returns the power of the first value that is given in the bracket. Now if you are making use of 2.5, okay, then if you execute this program and see, you will get the value as 15.625. That means the value that you are specifying over here, it need not be a integer value, it can be even a decimal value. Similarly, if you are using any power which is in float also, float means the decimal, we will get a value according to that. That means 2 raised to 3.5. If we want to give like that also, it is possible. The next function that we will see here is our str function. Now this str function, if you see, this str function, it converts the string and will give the value of that string. That means if you are it converts a number to a string. Suppose you are giving a number as input, str within brackets, I am giving a value, suppose 12, and then if I execute this program, it will give me the output as 12 itself. That means the number or the integer 12 is converted to the string value 12. String means a combination of characters. So number is considered to be character if you are using the str function. Similarly, you can also specify here the number 12 within brackets also. Let us see what will happen. In that case also it will give you the value 12. Now when you, not in brackets, in single quotes. If you are giving it in single quotes, it is considered to be a string. So string comes out as string itself, and if you are giving a number, it will give you as string. So str function converts a number to a string. Then the next function, that is, the function is called as int. From the word int itself, you should understand that it converts converts a string to a integer. For example, before what we saw was str, now we are using int. So any value that you give within this converts to string. That is, if I give 12 within single quote, I will get the answer as 12 itself. That means 12, which was a string, has been converted to integer here. And if suppose I am writing, instead of this 12 single quotations 12, I write as ABC. Let us see what happens. It is a error. Why? It shows that invalid literal for int with base 10. That means you have to specify here an integer value and not a string. That means the value that can be converted as, that was previously as number was taken to be string, that number can be converted to integer, but ABC characters cannot be converted. Similarly, the next one is your float. Float means the decimal value. So what you will do here is, if you are having any decimal value here, okay, suppose we see float itself, if you are using ABC, the same kind of error you can get. But if you are using any other value, that is numbers over here, suppose I use 12 itself, let us see what will I get the output. I will get it as 12.0 because it's a float value. And if I specify this 12 without any single quotations, then my output will again be 12.0. So that will be converted to float. Float means decimal. The next is the range function. Now range function means this range function, it gives you a range. For example, it converts a float string to integer. For example, if we are giving float of 12.2 within the single quotations, you will get the output as 12.2 itself. That means here what is happening, the string is converted to a number, which is a, however you give, it will come like that. That is 12.2, if you give, it will come as 12.2. And if I mention here it as only 12, let us see what we get. We will get 12.0. That means this value here, what we are specifying here, if it is a float value with single quotations, you will get the output as float value itself. If you are having any whole number, you will get the value as float here. So next function that we will see here is the range function. Suppose I give range of 3, you get the output as range of 0, 3. That means the range is from 0 to 3. Okay. So this range function, it returns an immutable sequence type. That means if you are giving range of 3, it means from 0 till 3. That means excluding 3 is the range 0, 1, 2. Okay. Same way, if I write here another one function, that is type. Type means it will give you the data type of the value that is there in the bracket. Here I have written 3. 3 is of data type which is integer. So class int you will get here. Similarly, if I write here 3.0, I will get the output as float. If I put this 3, instead of this 3, if I write it as Python, then I get the output as str, which is string. Similarly, if I just write a single character, what we will get? Again string. So single character or group of characters, it is considered to be string itself. Now these are some of the built-in functions that we use very commonly. Now some more built-in functions are also available in Python. That is some mathematical functions. We shall see some mathematical functions also. Suppose you are using the function, that is, again I am reminding you, these built-in functions, you need not write any import statement or you need not import any modules here. You can make use of these functions directly in your program. So if you are using ABS, that means the absolute value. Absolute value means it will remove the sign and give you only the value. Suppose we use -12, then we will get the output as 12 itself. Suppose we give the value as -12, you are getting a positive value. Similarly, if you give a positive value, you will get the output as positive itself. That means this absolute value will give you a value. It can take both integer and floating point values as input. That is, within brackets you can mention both, whether it is integer or whether it is the floating point value or decimal value, but it will return you the absolute value of the number that you are specifying in bracket. That means -12 becomes 12, plus 12 becomes 12 itself. And if you are using, instead of 12, if you use a floating point value here, for example 12.5, you will get the output to be as 12.5 itself. That means it is accepting both the negative as well as the positive values. Sorry, both negative positive values as well as integer or floating point values. Similarly, another one function is there which is called as the DIVMOD. That means division mod, modulus value. Now what does this function return is, it divides the first value by the second value that you give within brackets, and it will give you the output as the remainder. Let us see what. For example, if I specify 12,5 and I am trying to get the output, then the first value that I get here, that is, I have got the output as 2,2. Here you can see the first 2 is the quotient. That means 12 divided by 5 means you will get quotient as 2. 5 2 is 10. So quotient is 2. Remainder is again 2. So you will get the value as quotient 2 and remainder 2. So you are getting the output as quotient remainder pair if you make use of div mod function. So shall we see another one example of the same kind. If I am making use of value 3 here, then 3 4 12. So I should get 4, 0. Okay. Similarly, if I am making use of any negative value here, again my answer will be -4, 0. So you can make use of values of this kind and you can get the quotient and the remainder. Shall we look into the next function, that is the sum function. From the word itself you can understand that the sum function will return the added value of the numbers that you give within the bracket. Now here when you are giving the value within the bracket, what you have to do is you cannot just directly give the value as 3,3. Let us see what happens. It will give you an error. But that is what I said. When you are giving here, you have to give the value as a list. Now we shall see that the output that you get here is 6. So it will add up all the values that is there here and then it will give you the output. Or this list can be also taken to be as, when you use rounded symbols, you call it as a tuple. So when you are giving it as tuple also, it will be accepted. But simply if you give a list of numbers, it will not be accepted. Similarly, if suppose I am using it as a list 3, 3.5, 4, then what will you get the output? You get the output as 10.5. So what do you understand from this? 3 plus 3.5 plus 4. Okay, so sum will give you the sum of items that is there within the brackets, and these items should be either enclosed within square brackets or within round brackets. That means it should be like a list or a tuple. Now, the next function that we will use here is the max function. This max function, from the word itself, we should be able to understand that this max function will return the maximum of the two integers that are there within the brackets. That means if you give 3, 4, it will return you the value 4. Now there is a twist in this, in using this max function. Suppose I am mentioning within the square brackets 3, 4, another one 7 if I mention. That means now it has become 2 lists. Okay, instead of 7, if I am making use of another one number which is 8 suppose. So what do you think you will get the output? You get a error. Why? Because you cannot mention it like this. Instead you have to mention it as 8, then the value there was a mistake with this bracket here. And so you will get the output as 8. If suppose instead of 8 I mention it as 7, I get the output as 7. In case I mention instead of 7, I mention it as 2. You will get the value as 3, 4. Now here what you have to understand here is, suppose I am using two lists, and if in case I am using a max function over here, it considers the first number. Here it is 3 and here it is starting with 2. And if I take the output of this two list, it will give me the output as 3, 4. Even though 3 plus 4 is 7, 2 plus 8 is 10. So it doesn't consider it like added value of the two lists. Instead it takes the first value in both the lists and then compares it and gives you the value that is having a higher value in the two list. So here 3, 4, 3 is the first value, 2, 8, 2 is the first value, 3 and 2 are compared and 3 is bigger, so max will give you the 3, 4 value. Similarly, if I am using here another function that is min, it will be the right opposite of the same thing, that is it will give you 2, 8. Now here, instead of using the square brackets like a like what we mention our list, similarly we can make use of our tuples also. Suppose I am using here 3, 5, 8, 9, and if I see the output, my output will be so you can see the output is 3, that is minimum in this list of numbers. So you have to mention either square brackets or the round brackets to get your answer. Just simply mentioning the numbers in simple brackets is not enough. Okay. Similarly, there is another one function which is called as the OCT. That means it will return the octal value of the number that we give in the brackets. Suppose I make use of the number 34. Octal of if we make use of the number 24, the octal of number 24 will be 0030. That means it will return the octal string for the given number. Similarly, instead of using this octal, I can make use of another one function which is hex. That means it will give you the hexadecimal value. Similarly, if you use the same value here, you get the hexadecimal value of this, that is 0x18. So these are some of the mathematical functions that we looked into. Apart from these mathematical functions, you have another two functions which is the int and the round function. Int function is the same as converting to integer value, whereas the round function, int means it will, you see, suppose if I make use of here the value as int and I specify it as 24, I get the output as 24. Okay, if suppose I mention it as 24.5, I get the output as 24. That means 0.5 is truncated. Truncated means it is removed. It is not rounding off, it is truncation or removing the decimal value. Similarly, you can make use of another one function here, which is called as the round. Round function will give you the output that will be the value that is rounded to n digits. That means what? If I do not mention any value here, then it will be taking as 24. Suppose I write it as 24.5 comma 1, then you can see that it will be rounded to 24.5, 1 decimal. That means if I make use of a value here too, it should give me the value which is 24.50, but it is giving you the value as 24.5. That means the value that you specify over here, 0 is not considered. It doesn't add 0 to it. But if suppose you are writing it as 24.567, then it will give you the output as 24.58. Rounding to 2 digits, with also considering the higher value if it is greater than 5 or greater than that. So it will not give you the output 24.57, instead it is giving you 24.58. The reason is the third decimal digit is 6, which is greater than 4. So it rounds 0.576 to 0.58. Okay, so these functions can be used in our programs as and when required. If you want to change any number to any other data type also, you can do that in your program. That means, if suppose I write in my program n equal to float input enter decimal value, and I am giving this value of n as output. It will execute and give you the value. If I say 45.8 as input, it will give me the value 45.8. Now, similarly, if I write here print int of n, what do you think it will do? Again, I am using the same value 45.8 and my answer is 45 itself. That means what? N has been converted to integer. So when you are converting it like this, now next step again, if I am giving print n, what do you think you will get the output? 45.8 itself I am giving. So what I am getting it in the value as, first line I am getting 45 itself, but in the second line again I am getting 45.8. That means here it is just converting float value to integer and giving you the output, but n is not changed. N is remaining the same, that is 45.8. So that is why in the next line you get it as 45.8. Now here again, if I change my program in such a way that I write here as n equal to, and then I execute my program, and if I give 45.8 itself as input, then I get the answer as 45. That means here n has been converted to integer value and the value of n becomes 45 here. This is called the runtime changing of data types. So data type of the variable can be changed at runtime also. Runtime means while you are executing your program. I hope you would have understood all the functions that we saw till now. Try to do all this and also try some permutations and combinations of the same functions so that you are confirmed with these statements. This will help you to make your program much more simpler. We shall meet with some other topic in the next session.